This home has come into being thanks to the great generosity of many people in Ireland. A very serious economic problem because state aid just does not exist here. And any one of you who's watching this program who would like to sell Christmas cards, who would like to organize a concert, who would like to do something to help us, your efforts are more than welcome. Also, we need good Irish volunteers, nurses, physiotherapists and others to come out to help us.
I think it's fair to give a bit of history about myself, who I am, where I'm from and what I'm doing. I'm 25 years old. I was in Australia when I made contact with Liam originally. I was a complete stranger to Liam. He actually told me not so long ago that he took a bit of a risk having me out here because he never had a chance to interview me or perhaps tell me properly about the work, but I was enthusiastic and up for it. I work here on a volunteer basis, basically for food and lodgings. And yeah, I must say, personally speaking, at this moment, because I'm quite close to leaving, it's been a very fulfilling experience. I've learned a lot, and it's taught me a lot about people with disabilities whom I had absolutely no contact with before. It's affectionately known as Abuela, which means grandmother. She's in her 50s. Abuela she's deaf, dumb and blind, and she's mentally and physically handicapped. When we found her, she was basically in a cabin, crawling around in the dirt, and the neighbours were giving her food every now and again. She really can do absolutely nothing for herself. She's one of our tough cases that she has to be looked after constantly. If we could, I think is a better word, give her the medicine to maybe stop her. She's in desperate habit of wailing, I suppose. If we could give her the medicine, it would cost us about $300 for just 2 days medication. Unfortunately, that's way beyond our barriers. Oh, this is Karina. She's one of our pretty ladies of the house. Karina, we're not really too sure of exactly what happened, but the hospital never own up that they turned off the light in her incubator too early. She's actually a twin, and I've never seen her twin, though I've been around her house one day. She can't talk. When she came here originally, she couldn't walk either, but she's a very determined lady, I can tell you that. And she sometimes looks at her old wheelchair, and as she was pointing to me like that, she points to her wheelchair, remembering that she used to sit there. So Karina's one of the girls in the house that could really, really do a family. And she's got so much love to give, and she could really get, a family could give it back to her. She'd really try. She's great company to have around, and she keeps you in spec most of the times. And that's our Karina.
Please meet Miguel. Miguel is somebody very special. Miguel is 30 years of age, and Miguel was born normally and well, but he was left abandoned. His father told me that Miguel was sick, that when he took Miguel to the local hospital, Miguel did not receive the attention that he needed. Miguel received wrong treatment. Now Miguel is very, very nervous, and today is one of his days that is extremely nervous. Poor Miguel was locked into an outhouse for a number of years. Food at times was thrown at him. Poor Miguel. So when we found Miguel naked in a field. His back bore marks have been beaten and been bruised. I often have thought, when I think of Miguel, of Christ in his passion. Miguel, so innocent, never did harm to anyone, yet despised and rejected by everyone, and yet as well, having suffered no end of brutality and so on. Poor Miguel is very, poor Miguel, and Miguel was at times left wandering naked in a field of very, very high grass where we found him, a field where there was an awful lot of snakes. Yet, at times he wandered for 2 or 3 days, and yet no snake ever attacked him or bit him. Thank you to Ophelia. Ophelia is 55 years of age, and Ophelia was being looked after by her mother of 86 years of age, who was totally blind. In the end, it became impossible for her mother to look after her because her mother was falling around her little primitive home, and so neighbours asked us to accept Ophelia. Ophelia comes from a large family, but none of her brothers have any interest in her and have left her totally abandoned. Ophelia is a person who is given to very extreme changes of mood, can get into terrible fierce fits of shouting and crying, which can be heard all over our neighbourhood. We love Maria, we love Ophelia like all the other people.
This is where we keep people who are critically ill, or as in Magdalena's case, she's actually dying. So we'll go over and say hello. Well, Magdalena. Magdalena is basically hanging on to life, and according to all doctors, she should be dead by now. Sure, every system in her body is just collapsed. She's as thin as she could probably be. Unfortunately, she's got bed sores at the moment, which means that she's coming to it. Her time is nearly up. She can't swallow. She can't really. All her systems, as I said, have broken down. We use this suction machine almost every hour to try and clear her throat, otherwise she'd probably choke. What she has, we don't really know for sure. It's like a progressive degenerative disease. Unfortunately, nobody really does know what it is, and we haven't got the means to go to some clinic in the likes of Buenos Aires to have her examined because we just don't have the money, I'm afraid. Magdalena is the second person in this family. I'll introduce you to the third later on. And her brother has already died in the same way, unfortunately. I never met him, but he suffered more or less the same sort of syndromes as Magdalena. She's extremely weak, and I wouldn't say she's got very much time left.
This is a particularly sad story too. A brother and a sister who've got spina bifida.
Gisela, Camila.
Camilla?
Camila. Camila, Gisela.
And Cecilia.
Yeah, Gisela.
Now they have very big hearts, haven't they? Have a big.
Okay.
More grande. How do you say? Ernest. Federico. Is that Federico? Big hearts. This is very sad.
Okay.
And the same of her
No more.
sister. They're sleepy. Hey, oh, this guy. Brother. Yeah. We'll let them sleep.
She calls out to the man on the street. Sir, can you help me? It's cold and I'm nowhere to sleep. Is there somewhere you can tell me? He walks on, doesn't look back. He pretends he can't hear her. Starts to whistle as he crosses the street. Seems embarrassed to be there. Oh, think twice, 'cause it's another